Oh, there they go. There they go. Every time I start talking about boxing, a white man got to pull Rocky Marciano out their ass. That's they one. That's they one. Rocky Marciano. Rocky Marciano. Let me tell you something wonderful. Rocky Marciano was good, but compared to Joe Louis, Rocky Marciano ain't shit.
He beat Joe Lewis's ass.
That's right. He did whoop Joe Louis' ass. Joe Louis was 75 years old when they fought. I don't know how old he was, but he got his ass whooped. Joe Louis had come out of retirement to fight Rocky Marciano. The man was 76 years old. Joe Louis always lied about his age. He lied about his age all the time. One time, Frank Sinatra come inside here and sat down in this chair. And I said, Frank, you hang out with Joe Louis. Just between me and you, how old is Joe Louis? You know what Frank told me? He said, hey, Joe Louis 137 years old. 137 years old.
Oh, man, you ain't never meet no Frank Sinatra.
Fuck you! Fuck you and fuck you! Who's next?
Going on, movie lovers, and welcome back to the 5 on It podcast. I am Francisco.
And I'm Sir Fraser.
And on today's episode, we are reviewing a comedy classic. Today, we are reviewing the 1988 Coming to America. But also on this episode, we're going to discuss kind of where this film ranks amongst the Eddie Murphy films as a whole. Mm-hmm. And where does Coming to America rank as one of the greatest comedies of all time? Is it tier 1, tier 2? We will discuss on this episode. But Sir Fraser, tell the people about Coming to America.
Yeah, this rom-com was directed by John Landis, and it was based off of a story originally created by Eddie Murphy. It stars Eddie Murphy. It also stars Arsenio Hall, James Earl Jones, John Amos, Madge Sinclair, and Shari Headley. Man, this movie is an iconic movie. This is one of those movies too that I think just kind of helped elevate Eddie Murphy even further than he was. By this point, he's already had at least one of the stand-ups under his belt. I'm not sure. Delirious, I think. Wait, what year was Delirious? I think Delirious.
Delirious came before Raw, right?
Yeah, because he has the red leather fit in that one. And
yeah.
Raw, he has the purple one.
Eddie Murphy, damn. Well, it says Raw came out in 87. So Delirious
is 83. So yeah, he already had two stand-ups under his belt.
Classic stand-ups too, might I add, dude.
Iconic.
Dude, Raw was like one. Was like the first stand-up I saw like as a kid, and I just remember that shit made me like just in tears laughing because it's so just so relevant to my childhood, especially like the McDonald's bit. Dude, I just remember Eddie Murphy Raw is like one of the first things I saw that really got me into comedy as a kid.
No, I mean, that's a great call out. I mean, for me, we'll talk about this later. I grew up more with Harlem Nights, and I feel like that movie was often on TV. I feel it was on BET or something, but I mean, you just had so much talent there. You had also Arsenio Hall was in that movie. Of course, the legend Richard Pryor. But so this movie, though, going back to Coming to America. So this was the first time that Eddie played multiple characters in a movie. Mm-hmm. He actually played 4 characters: Akeem, Clarence, Saul, and Randy Watson. Sexual child.
Yeah, he good.
Like they say, you crazy. Similarly, Arsenio also played 4 characters in this. He played Semmy, of course, Reverend Brown, Morris, and ugly girl in the club.
Yeah.
That's what she's credited as. I'm not even bullshitting.
Dude, that whole I'll call it like the speed dating scene. That whole scene is like pretty fantastic.
That is with the rapping duo.
Yeah, the rapping twins.
Yeah, the rapping twins.
And then you have the chick where she's like, I used to be Joan of Arc in a past lifetime. And then the first girl, you're like, oh, this girl was like cute. And she's like, I worship the devil. You're like, oh shit. And then how it ends with Arsenio's in one of his characters, and he's like, I forget what he says, but he's like, I want to get you and your friend over there, and he spits out his drink. Bro, that whole scene was a highlight of the film for me.
Definitely. And what happens? I think there was a line after that. He's like, it's dawned on me, like the Americans are ill.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, they have great chemistry with Arsenio and Eddie Murphy.
Absolutely.
But I would just like have to. I mean, we've already done a life review. You should go back and check that out. Mm-hmm. But thinking of just great comedy duos. I would still think Eddie and Marge still like kind of edge out Arsenio, though, for me personally.
Oh yeah,
Arsenio and Eddie do a great job in this movie, but seeing their chemistry in life with like with Martin and Eddie, dude, that takes it to a whole nother level for me.
I agree, and also I think that's a better movie with better writing.
Yeah. And a little bit, I mean, this movie does have like some heart and like some good themes behind it, like, you know, trying to find true love and people who love you for who you truly are.
Mm-hmm.
But with life, man, that movie does like take it up a notch for me personally. I definitely go back to it a lot more. There's just, and even with like Bernie Mac into it, he's one of my like comedy like legends, like one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing them in that prison, and also just like the duo itself, and they said like the writing, like the moments of drama with it, and just like them being
It's a
in
sad story.
yeah, like they're in prison wrongfully. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so like you can go back and check our review on Life if you want to, but Coming to America is still an overall great film, but just seeing Arsenio and Eddie, how they play off each other, just kind of made me miss a little bit of Eddie and Martin a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I really want to give just Eddie Murphy his flowers for how I mean, just his filmography in the 80s.
Got it gone.
Because, I mean, he did 48 Hours, which is a really good movie with Nick Nolte. That's a really fun kind of buddy duo comedy movie.
Got great reviews for critics.
Yeah.
92%.
I know another 48 Hours didn't do as well, but he did that. Trading Places, which I'm not as big on that one, but Beverly Hills Cop, I love. That's such a great movie. I'm a big fan of Golden Child, which was released in 86. And then, boom, he returns again with Beverly Hills Cop 2, another solid entry in that movie. And then he follows it up with Raw, Coming to America in 88, and Harlem Nights in 89. So, I mean, he was very prolific during this time, because I think during this window too, he was also, I believe he was on Saturday Night Live too. I don't know if he was a permanent cast member, but he did have some, he was on there.
Yeah, I'm not sure how, because he played, I think one of his like legendary scenes was like when he dressed up as Gumby, and he had a little bit about that. But I'm not sure how many seasons he got under his belt, but he definitely was on SNL for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But like you mentioned, dude, his 80 run is we normally think about like a Jim Carrey with his like run in the 90s, but Eddie's run in the 80s, like you said, from 48 Hours, Trading Places, Beverly Hills Cop, Golden Child, and he's not the best with sequels, but at least when it comes to the Beverly Hills Cop, like even the more recent, I think it was just called Axel.
I like that movie.
I think it was still solid.
I didn't think it was as good as the first two, but I liked it more than the third one.
Yeah,
I did not have fond memories of that movie.
But then we would I think wouldn't do ourselves any favor if we don't mention. Obviously, we talked about Life. He used this as, I feel like, a template to like really perfect the whole multiple roles that he did in like Nutty Professor, when he has the whole dinner table scene and he's playing every single character except for the son. So this was, I feel like, just obviously a template for him to how he can, where his comedy chops could just range from all these different multiple characters. But then, you know, the thing that's really keeping him paid and will keep his family paid forever is the Shrek franchise as Donkey.
I mean, the first one especially is like, that's such a great movie.
Mm-hmm.
DreamWorks, you know, making the dream work, man. Well, that team over there, they put out how many Shrek movies now?
I think they're just Shrek. I want to say they're working. They're working on their fifth right now.
Okay,
and then they're going to have, I guess, a Donkey spinoff that's in pre-production right now.
Damn.
So
for all these years, dude,
it was I felt like it was a while before, maybe not too while, because I'm looking at he's been pretty active, but just seeing him like come back and like doing like some of his older roles, where it started with the Coming to America Part 2 in 2021, which it's not that great, but luckily he's got the first one. Then he comes back with Axel F, which I think was solid. Mm-hmm. And now he's got the Shrek 5 and the Donkey coming out. It's nice to see Eddie obviously still getting paid. But as we mentioned with Coming to America, like where would you rank this as far as like Eddie Murphy films?
My favorite, I'll give you my favorite four. Not necessarily in order. But I would say, so excluding the stand-ups, just movies.
Yeah.
I would say Beverly Hills Cop 1, Harlem Nights. This is where it gets a little tricky. I love The Golden Child. I'm not even. I can't even front, man. That's such a great movie for me. It's so fun.
I've never seen that one actually.
I'm gonna say The Nutty Professor, and I'm gonna stick with Boomerang.
And Boomerang. I was thinking you're probably gonna put Boomerang in there.
Yeah, because I think when I think about Shrek, I mean Shrek is a great movie, and we talked about the screen chemistry with him and Martin Lawrence. Him and Mike Myers have great screen chemistry.
Yeah,
those two play off of each other well, man. The characters, like they're iconic at this point. But that didn't quite make my fourth. What about you?
Yeah, if I had to give you like a quick 4, like I would say Coming to America, like, or even if I just gave you like a little 5 piece, since it's 5 on it, I would probably put Coming to America in there. Like, I do have some fond memories of this, even though like I feel like it's kind of transferred into that, just it's a solid like movie to watch instead of like this like laugh out loud comedy anymore. But I would still probably put Coming to America on there. Definitely A Life. Yeah, Beverly Hills Cop is on there. I do kind of like enjoy Trading Places a little bit.
Life would definitely be in my top 5.
Oh, I forgot Nutty Professor. So I think that's 4. And I'm meant for a 5th. I don't know what I would actually.
Brooklyn.
I was thinking about putting it because I actually do like that. That's like it's not one of his best movies, but it is a solid guilty pleasure. So and because like I just would I put it over Boomerang? I'll probably keep Vampire in Brooklyn just because I've only seen Boomerang once compared. I've seen Vampire in Brooklyn so many times. They played that shit on cable way back in the day. So I definitely watched it a lot. I think those would be the 5, maybe. Vampire in Brooklyn, Coming to America, Life, Beverly Hills Cop, and Nutty Professor.
Yeah.
Which I think that's a solid 5
no,
piece
that is
there.
A solid 5. I was just saying, because I think, Beverly Hills Cop, 1, Harlem Nights, Boomerang, The Nutty Professor, and I would definitely say Life, isn't it? Like, not in order, but I would say those 5.
Because honestly, Life and Nutty Professor make me just like purely laugh. Like if we're just talking just laughs and not like, how the story flow, character development, any of that. Life and Nutty Professor for me, just like, it's kind of like it's
Chappelle, shout out to his cameo.
Yeah, dude, I would hate to say it's really kicking the shit out of Coming to America, but like because there's some good laughs in Coming to America for me personally. I mean, there's like I said, the moment when they do the speed dating scene, or when all the barbershop scenes, I feel like are highlights of the film. And they give you a few of them, like when they're talking about like the boxers. He's like, Joe Louis, like, what about Rocky Marciano? And he's like, he did kick Joe Louis's ass. Joe Louis was 87 years old.
I mean, you can literally find that scene in countless barbershops to this day.
That's how a lot of like, I mean, maybe they've changed, but back when I was at least growing up, that's how usually barbershops were. Like, you come in there, like, bro, it's going to take.
Sports or movies.
Yeah. Like, if you're waiting, you're going to be waiting. and even if you're getting a cut, you're still going to be taking a while for that cut because people are doing too busy talking.
Your cut will not be on time.
Yeah. It's like, bro, they take a little zoop, zoop, and then they go back to the story, zoop, zoop, back to the story. It's like, bro, can you cut and talk at the same time?
The appointments are really just a formality. They don't stick to schedule. But what I would say, I think one of the things that I do really appreciate about this movie is we do get grounded in just this, like the whole routine of Akeem. Is great.
That big ass rat tail.
Yeah, that rat tail was horrible. But I mean, we're just seeing just life of luxury where he wants for nothing and really doesn't even have to lift a finger. Whether it's I mean, just the pedals,
dude,
and the alarm clock with the choir or the chorus.
Bro, he like, and why is he in there? Like first, like he's waking up like he's goddamn Dracula, just sleeping on his back like that. And then it's his birthday, but it's like, God, that would creep me the fuck out. You got everybody up in here just waiting for you to wake up. And then did you notice that one of the chicks that's throwing the pedals is it's like Garcelle
Fancy from Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, Fancy from Jamie Foxx. And I was like, oh, that's always a nice little, where does she like get her start and everything like that?
You definitely see a lot of actors, some young ones young Samuel Jackson was in this movie. You know, he's
dropping a motherfucker too.
McDonald's. Also, one thing that I did also want to shout out, speaking of young actors. So Cuba Gooding Jr. made his film debut in the barbershop of this movie.
Yeah.
he's getting his haircut by the barber Eddie Murphy plays, and he's like talking to him as he's like he's just in the seat getting his haircut as he's talking his shit to the other guys.
I totally forgot about that. Yeah, because I like I wasn't like paying too close attention because sometimes I've seen this movie a bunch of times now, but that's a little detail as well that you can kind of like just kind of miss a little bit when you're just seeing where they got their career start and stuff. So shout out to Cuba.
I think this movie though, as it's outlining all of these characters, I'm sorry, like as we're being introduced to Prince Hakeem, we're seeing kind of his life and what's eating at him, right? Not wanting to become married to a woman that he doesn't know, him wanting to, quote unquote, but he says, soy his royal oats.
Soy the royal oats.
The whole dining scene when they're talking to each other across this long table and they have the intercom.
Yeah.
And when he gets up, it's like, what is he doing? I think he's coming down here. It's like, it was just, there's this, basically, it just represents the disconnect that he's feeling with his future and the weight of the responsibility of becoming, being heir to the throne.
Yeah.
I thought like they did a good job of just kind of introducing us to that world of Zamunda. But yeah, once we get to New York, that's
the first Wakanda.
Yeah. That's where we really start off and running. When they pull, this dude drops them off in this shithole in Queens.
And it's like, just go to a normal place.
Jack, as soon as they're just so green and naive. And then when they leave, it's like, hey, I think they step outside of the apartment, this like rundown apartment, and they see people rocking the shit that they stole from them.
They're trying to sell it back to him.
They try to sell it back to him. It's like beef. And he's like, what does he say? I'm beginning to think these people may have taken our things.
Yeah. Dude, to go back real quick, because you mentioned like obviously Akeem doesn't even he doesn't need for anything, and his parents don't even really want him to do, because when you get to the end and he sees his picture as an employee of the month on the wall, he's like, "What is this? Oh, your son works down there." My son works, dude. James Earl Jones does his thing. Obviously, he's got the iconic voice.
Yeah, very regal. I mean,
super. Yeah, very, very regal. Definitely, he has got the believability that he could be a king of a fucking nation. Yeah. And also shout out to just the costumes as a whole. I'm not sure if they got nominated for like at least best costumes at the Oscars that year, but I mean they deserve it because like I mentioned, this was like a Wakanda type of just like outfit, and just how they present themselves, just like so luxurious and everything.
Yeah. But
also to go back to the first, I guess, would that be considered like it was like when they were showing off the woman that the woman that was going to marry Akeem at first, and he's like, "Let me talk to you for a minute," and then they go in the back, and then he's just like, he's trying to get to know her a little bit, and it's like, well, what's your favorite music? Oh, your favorite music is your favorite, or my favorite music is your favorite music.
Yo.
And he was like, "You do anything I tell you," and he starts making her bark like a dog and shit. I was like, this is insane. And then even Arsenio tells you, like, what do you want a woman to think for herself for? All you want a woman is like have a firm backside and breast that's like a saba melon. Oh my God. It's just like, you just know, like, obviously, and then even when the parents talk to him about like how they fell in love, and like she just said like she grew to love him and everything, he obviously doesn't want that life, and he wants to go to America, according to his dad, to soil his royal oats. So that's why he's so willing to just let him just be free for a bit.
He's resisting he's resisting tradition, right?
Yeah.
And once we actually get to New York, and he ends up learning about learning about Lisa, and seeing her at the fundraiser. That's when the story hits a different gear and starts to lean more into the romance, at least for him.
Yeah.
Right?
Hey man, shout out to Lisa, bro.
Yeah.
And bro, I always had like a little.
Her sister was trifling, bro. Her sister was hella trifling.
Bro, she looked kind of fun, at least too. Like when they show her, like I was like, she's and everything. I was like, she ain't bad too. But I'm like, when you're standing next to Lisa, man, Lisa was always looking good in this film for me, man.
It was that right, but also she was trying to shack up Hakeem because she thought he was a prince because he lied to her. And then, bro, after Daryl and Lisa break up, Daryl like climbs into her room trying to get dry, and they kind of have this look of like romance, like they about to start fucking.
Well, I'm guessing it's like, bro, it's
sure
like
they did.
Your sister is hooking. I mean, both ways is fucked up. Your ex is hooking up with your sister is hooking up with your ex. But
that shit was.
But I mean, technically, I mean, she was Lisa was still like stepping out on Daryl in a way after like.
I mean, yeah,
when she was like, "What about What about what was her sister's name?"
Lisa's sister.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Let's just call her Rachel. Like, well, what about Rachel? And he's like, I don't want Rachel. Well, what about Daryl? I don't want Daryl either. It's like, bitch, what are you doing? You need to call Daryl, give him a little heads up. But shout out to him as well. The Prince of Soul Glow, man, with that greasy ass head.
Yo, that ad was hilarious.
Dude, that song always like cracks me up. Yeah. But he was a great villain, dude. He was just always an asshole.
He looks like a villain, too.
Yeah. Whether he was at the basketball game just being super fucking rude to him.
Yeah.
Just like
xenophobic, too.
Yeah, really. And then, dude, the time like I would have flipped out is when he throws that milkshake at Daryl, like, oh, toss this, bro. It would have been all like, bro. The prince would have came out and me like, hell, motherfucker, no, we ain't playing that shit, bro.
And I like Semi's just laughing his ass off. Like, this your comeuppance.
Dude, and I like how they go and they work at McDowell's and they have like the whole. They got all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions, but I don't use the sesame seed bun. Just seeing that intro with John Amos's character as like the owner of McDowell's, and then he always kind of has like that nervousness because when he's like when the white dude, what's his name, Louis Anderson, comes in, he's like, "There's some people here to see you." He's like, "It's not from McDonald's, is it?" Bro, you see how worried he is?
Yeah, well, because when we first meet him at the restaurant, there's some people taking pictures of the sign, and he's like kicking them, trying to rush them along. like hella threatening to them. He is a very funny character. Mm-hmm. He's also like so shameless and like
he switched up on Daryl real fast after.
Did, bro, that shit was diabolical. I mean, I have no love for Daryl, but yo, you literally told him to come over there with some flowers,
bro. And as soon as he gets there, and he keeps fucking shutting the door, and you got that score playing.
Six the dog.
Yeah, dude. He's like, why can't you get this through your greasy ass head? Lisa don't want you no more, man. Now, Dottie, get him, bro. Although the Daryl was a fucking asshole, dude, the pops switched up on him super quick. As soon as he got that money and he saw Prince Akeem's face on it, you're like, oh, we have hit the jackpot right now.
Yo. Yeah. He's like, he's got his own money. He like pulls out the bill. Well, what was
I always knew there was something special about that boy.
Well, he is so shameless too, because at the very end, when they actually do get married, the way that he just rocks up and like leans onto the throne, like,
yeah,
bro, get your ass off this throne, bro. You are a guest. Get in the crowd. You don't belong up here.
I don't know, dude. What are you doing right now?
You are feeling yourself way too much. He's like, yo, all I need you guys to do is to spot me some money so we can franchise McDowell's. Like, bro.
Dude, I kind of actually am interested. Like, I really don't want to go back and watch like all of part 2, but I might just go back and maybe catch maybe the first 20, 30 minutes of it, just so I can see, because I think pretty much all these characters reprised their role for the most part. But actually, hold on, is John Amos still alive or did he pass away? He played the role so well, his character on Good Times. He did pass.
Yeah.
Oh, back in 2024. Was that before Coming to America too? But part of me just wants to like kind of go back and watch that sequel, just because I did have a lot of fun with a lot of these characters in the original. I know the movie doesn't hold up, but it's like maybe I'll catch like the first 10 or 15, maybe 20 minutes of the sequel just to see what the old characters are up to. But I mean, I don't have too many negatives, I would say, about the film, but like, because we're talking about like how like the movie turns into a romance and whatnot. But like once you get towards the end, and she finds out that he's a prince, and like they run off, and he's trying to talk to her on the subway, which is also another funny moment. Like, I'll marry you.
Yeah, the whole fucking train is just listening to them.
Yeah, just like listen to what they're going through.
I was like, girl, why are you being this stuff?
But literally, she runs off, and like that was the last time they see each other, and the next time they see each other is the next scene when was at the wedding, and I'm like, they should have probably put something in there at least. I mean, narratively, it just doesn't make any sense really, because like they could have had her show, like they show her like maybe contemplating it, or maybe have like some sort of like talk or something like that.
Well, you know, the dad did that. The dad pulled that because the queen kind of took that jab at him when they were in the limo after Lisa had, you know, called it off with Akeem.
Yeah.
And he's like, you know, what could I do? You know, she made her decision. And the queen kind of says something to the effect of, you know, I thought a king could do anything. You know, and he's like, that's like the all right, challenge accepted. And he ends up orchestrating that. And I'm presuming like he goes to her and just kind of lays it out there and kind of says, hey, my son's in love with you. Don't let, you know, we're willing to overturn tradition.
Yeah.
But to your point though, I could see a scene like that with the king and Lisa, but I also do really appreciate the surprise that we get at the end.
Yeah, it is.
It's not as though it's like so far fetched, right? Like, oh, of course they end up together.
She just goes back to the house. She actually like sleeps on it, like tripping. I know she looks at that money and the dad just talks to her like, "Are you really gonna give that up?" Because even when she asks, like when they're like riding off, and she's like, "You would have given all this up for me," and he's like pretty much like, "Yeah, I'll give it up. Like, is that what you want to do?" And then she's like, "Nah." I'm like, yeah, you got that taste of the good life. Welcome to the good life. You got it now, girl. You don't want to leave that shit, but
yeah. I know you got sense, girl.
For real,
you're royalty now.
Exactly.
But yeah, I don't have really a lot of knocks about this movie. It's just the storyline itself is cool. It's just not a movie though that I go back to a lot. And I think this is no doubt, it is an iconic movie, from the Soul Glow to She's Your Queen to Be, you know, that whole sequence.
Yeah.
And he's singing. I mean, this movie has been like, it's just like memed so much too. Like, halt! He almost gets hit by the
Oh my god! Or like I said, when he's like, "That boy good," I always like think of that boy good. Every time somebody's clapping, I always think of that scene.
Oh man, sexual attack. That's like, I mean, yeah, this movie is 100% iconic.
And honestly, too, like I feel like the score is probably a little bit underrated. Like when like the limo's coming in and you hear like the music playing, like dun 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 dun. Bro, like I was like, man, this is kind of hidden right now. Like if you literally, if that's like an intro song, like you are a walkout song or whatever it's like, bro, you just feel like it's a super real, like a royalty, like from that sound. So shout out to the score as well for this film.
And man, this movie was, I mean, dude, it cost $36 million. That was their budget, and it made almost $290 million.
Mm-hmm.
This is in '88, so he was bona fide at that point.
Yeah, really. Like I said, he had a major run.
Yeah.
Well, like before we go to scores, damn, excuse me. I did want to mention though, like, where would you? Because this movie does get a lot of love, like as far as like some of the all-time comedies. It was, I just looked up on like Variety. It was at number 46 for like the greatest comedies of all time. I mean, would this be a tier 1 comedy for you though? Like as like compared to other comedies? Because like we mentioned, like. For me personally, like I would still like, it's still like on that step below, like maybe like tier 2 or even like tier 3 possibly.
It's in that tier 3 around there for me.
Because there's just movies that I can even like go that I've seen over and over, like a Superbad, a Dumb and Dumber 2, or not Dumb and Dumber 2, but Dumb and Dumber as well, I should say. But that I would just go to even like just for higher highs when it comes to laughs and stuff like that. Like Coming to America is a fun movie. Like I definitely enjoy it. And that's definitely like some really funny moments into it.
Yeah.
But when I'm talking about like just like, you know, some ones that really make me bust a gut, it is on that, like it is on that probably that tier 3 level for me. Like even if I was making a top 100 of greatest comedies, like Nutty Professor and Life are going to get those nods over Coming to America for me personally.
I mean, I think that tier 1 for me, talked about those two. Superbad, absolutely. That's a great pull.
Mm-hmm.
For me personally, though, 40-Year-Old Virgin is a tier A for me. I can rewatch that movie.
I was going to say that's a good, dude. Tropic Thunder. That might be a tier 1 as well for me.
Yeah, I know you're big on that one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think.
Dude, I really
Groundhog Day is up there for me. That's a really I love
that gets
movie.
rated high, really high.
Yeah.
One that I do enjoy, was Clerks 2. I haven't watched it in a while, but I remember watching it for the first time, and and that was another movie that's kind of rare for me. Where tears will start coming now because I'm laughing so hard. But that one definitely did cross that. But I haven't watched it in a while, so I'm not sure how well it'll hold up.
Oh, I'm tripping. Rush Hour for sure. Rush Hour 1 and 2 are definitely high on my list. Rush Hour, man, I'll be kind of torn which one I like more. It really depends on kind of my mood. I love both of those movies, but Rush Hour is definitely high on my list.
I think I usually go back to Rush Hour 2 more often because I think for some reason I think it's just more accessible. Dude, if I'm choosing between and it's not on a streaming site, I'll just pick whichever. If one's available on Netflix or Prime, and I have to pay to watch the other one, then it's whatever. I'll put the other one on.
Okay, so let me just look something up real fast because I need to make sure before I misspeak. Okay, so a comedy for me, it's going to throw you off. Forrest Gump.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I love that movie. It's fucking wild. Lieutenant Dan, for example. Oh, man.
I wonder if they actually even categorize it as a drama comedy-ish. I mean, with Lieutenant Dan, even Bubba Gump too.
So I was all right.
I just didn't I think Tom Hanks won for Best Picture in that. Yeah, they do categorize as comedy romance.
Comedy.
So
I fucks with this movie. I can't even throw it.
Fuck Jenny too. I said fuck Jenny too. That trifling ass bitch. Oh man, I don't know if I would put it up on my tier 1, but Forrest Gump does have some pretty funny moments to it.
I got one for you though. You fuck with Princess Bride because that's another top one.
I haven't seen it.
That's a really
Isn't Andre the Giant in that?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, because what's his name that passed away? Rob Reiner. Then I think he directed that or wrote it. One of the two, maybe both, something like that.
Oh,
Oh, hold on.
I didn't know that.
I think I'm thinking of a different movie.
Bro. We're live.
Hold on. What Princess Bride you said?
Princess Bride.
Yeah, okay, never mind. I am for some reason I was thinking of Father and the Bride.
Oh. Yeah. All right, well, I was gonna say with that, man, let's pivot to scores. What kick us off?
Sure, I would. Yeah, Rob Reiner did direct Princess Bride. I was right about that. He didn't do the story though. But for me, with Coming to America, I give it a solid 3.5. I was thinking bouncing between that or a solid 4 for me, but I don't know. It holds up. Great movie, great laughs, some iconic scenes, some iconic characters. But when I could just compare it to some of the other Eddie Murphy films, it's just, although I mentioned it's in the top 5, it is probably at that 5th spot for me personally. Just there's other movies that I go to a lot more often as when that involves Eddie Murphy. And when I'm just thinking of comedies as a whole, there's other movies that I go to as well. But I saw 3.5, like I mentioned, a great score, costumes are on point, the casting is great, solid film as a whole. If you haven't seen Coming to America, I don't think there's any way you're not going to enjoy it in some way, shape, or form. But it just falls a little bit short as far as Eddie Murphy's films as a whole and as comedy films as a whole.
Yeah.
What about you, Sir Fraser?
Man, we're in agreement this week too. I given this movie a 3.5. It is a fun movie. Shows Eddie Murphy really getting into his bag and exploring just playing multiple characters. And we saw him come and do that with Nutty Professor, which is for me one of his best. But yeah, it's an iconic movie. I highly recommend checking it out if you've never seen it. I definitely would recommend revisiting it even. But I think for me, ultimately, this is lower on my list of movies that I will revisit for comedy and for Eddie Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
Not that that's always the ultimate factor, rewatchability, because there are some great movies that I can't rewatch that anytime soon.
Dude, if somebody,
especially with dramas, right? But with a comedy, I should be able to revisit it more often, or even just be able to jump in
for sure
at any point, for movies that I do kind of hold in that 4 to 5 range.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Dude, like if somebody said like if they've never seen Coming to America, then I'm like, oh, let's jump on that like immediately right now. Like there's just like there's no hesitation to watch it if you've never seen it before. But after you've watched it a couple of times and then you see like some of his other filmography, I don't know, it just kind of just comes down the list as far as just, like I said, like on rewatch, because even like a Vampire in Brooklyn, it's just such a goofy kind of like comedy. And like even what was that dude that was like dying all the time and he just kept coming back, like he kept losing.
Yeah.
Dude, that whole shtick was like always kind of funny to me, but.
John Witherspoon was in that movie.
Oh, yeah. Yep. You're right about that. But yeah.
Well, that wraps up our episode for this week. And stay tuned. We'll catch y'all next time.
Peace.